You might not get it, Sam. You might be unconscious. Be close to that, boys. Wait, back up. If you're that close, leather's already flying up the path, man.
I think most times by this point in the camp, everyone tells me preparation's going good, but in the last 2 fights we've had, she's had a 4-week turnaround in preparation, so I wouldn't really call it preparation. I'd say she pretty much just picked up the fight, lost the last kilos, got a bit sharp, and then fought. Having 8 weeks this time was real preparation. It allowed us to completely change Jacinta's style, some big adjustments since last fight that we'd been hoping to make, because we've been booking fights too frequently, it became hard. Having this space together made it like a real camp, real preparation, so you can actually confidently say it's the best one we've done. Jacinta she came to my gym a very long time ago, but she came here to train. She was representing another gym, and her coach would prompt her to come and do some sessions with us maybe once a week. So she would make an hour trip actually down to work with our guys, and sometimes I'd hold pads for her, help her with a bit of strategy, but she had quite a good coach at the time. Then what happened is her coach actually had to retire from coaching, which left her a bit up in the air, and they both decided that they would be comfortable with them coming down to me. So when we started working together, Jacinta actually packed up all her belongings and moved down here to train full time, which was a big step for both of us, but we just kind of connected really well because we'd been friends and had that kind of coaching student relationship for the years prior. But once we started working full time, we noticed it was a much better arrangement for us. Our improvements since working 6 days a week have been phenomenal. It's really easy to make that transition from a good friend to full-time coach. We've actually found it really comfortable.
Well, in between the camps more so, we try to add more tools to my belt and more skills, and then when the fight camp rolls around, I'm able to add those different skills into the camp. So for example, first couple fights was mostly me just working on being really defensive with my grappling, but I think we've managed to incorporate a lot more offensive grappling and takedowns. I also got to spend a couple weeks at this camp in Thailand, so that was cool. I got to train at Bang Tao Muay Thai and train with a lot of different partners that are all around my size with so much more experience than me. So that was awesome. I feel really sharp and conditioned for those rounds as well. Probably the most mentally stable that I've been for a camp. I feel really calm. And ready, I think, because I've had such a long camp to go through all the motions and go through all the different stages and ups and downs, and now we're a week out. I feel calm and at peace, and all the work's been done. I feel ready. My last MMA fight is to calm down. I sort of went into that last fight with a lot of emotion and a bit too heated, and it caused me to make a lot of mistakes on the night. So I've learned a lot from that one to calm down, pace myself, and just be a whole lot more disciplined in there. we've got 15 minutes, so that's a long time to make a plan.
With each athlete, you have a unique set of challenges, we'll call them, and a unique set of benefits that they bring. So Jacinta, for example, does a lot of things very naturally that are conducive to learning or to improving. She's very, very serious about her work. She trains very hard. She's very committed. She looks for the best training, the best sparring, always has a very growth mindset very much fixed on improvement. So as a coach, you actually learn more from an athlete of that sense sometimes than you teach in certain regards. But being able to lend my experience as a competitor for so long, since I was a kid, to Jacinta, it kind of just sharpens her resolve, gives her more direction for the enthusiasm she already has. She's not the type of fighter where I need to tell her to get out of bed to go to training. If anything, I need to tell her to rest more. You know what I mean? So what I try to level her out with her gifts is just my kind of, I would call it, like I said, experience or wisdom over time. But really, athletes like Jacinta just need some good support and guidance, and they're going to do the rest on their own. It does go in and out, up and down in a career. Sometimes you can win and feel demotivated about your career. Sometimes you can go on a winning streak and then feel so nervous about the pressure to having to win again that you actually start not enjoying your training because your expectations of yourself get too high. It's actually really not as clear cut as people think. What we try to do here is create an environment of teammates and friends where people would want to come to training and want to be here, motivated or not, fight or not, injured or not. We would hope they would want to be on the mats just to be spending time around their good friends. So by keeping the students on the mats as often as possible, keeping that camaraderie on the mats, you've got a better chance of keeping them around the sport. The worst thing happens is if the athlete comes to training and views it as work, then what will happen is as soon as they lose that motivation, you'll lose them off the mats. And once they're off the mats, getting them back is quite a climb. That's where you have to do quite a bit of mental work. Now, as a coach, you're going to lean towards the ones who want to compete and are ready to do the work, but some guys are so gifted and so skilled and have so much potential, but they just hit roadblocks in their life that sometimes aren't even training related. So we just try to create a gym where they'll always feel welcome and comfortable to come back, and as long as they can keep showing up and feeling like they want to be here, even if it's not to train, it's just to chill out or to sit on the mats and chat, then I feel like we can overcome that as a group as opposed to me having to mentor them as precisely through those moments.
I think we've got a really close connection now. We've had 3 fights together now, and even from the first fight, I completely understood what it was that he wanted from me, and what to do on the night. He's a very calming presence. Just having him sort of in the training room or around as the fight gets closer makes me feel a lot more confident. And I think just I could see from my coach how much he wants it for me, that it kind of inspires me to work a little bit harder, because I don't think I've really seen that in a coach before. Gotten the sort of traction with my fighting career that I wanted to get. I feel like I'm starting to get that now. So it's inspiring me to just keep pushing and make everything that I've done for the past 7 years count and help me the next 7 years, I guess.